These slightly disgusting running shoes have done over 800 kilometres. Most people would say they're finished, but are they actually? For clarity, this video was sponsored by absolutely nobody. I just want to know if we really do need to change running shoes as often as they say. So, let's get on with it. The way we're going to test this is really very simple. I'm going to do a very average 3-kilometre run in my old Hoka Arahi 8s, and then I'm going to change into the new shoes and do the exact same run. I'm keeping the distance deliberately low because I don't want fatigue to affect how the shoes feel. So with all that covered, let's get going. So let's discuss. The last time that I actually changed shoes was about 800 kilometers ago, and I did that because at the time I was getting really bad blisters. Won't go into too much detail because it's somewhat unpleasant. I had an absolute whopper basically, and it meant that I couldn't run for like 2 weeks. I looked it up, new shoes seemed to be in order, and I settled on these Hokas, which have been pretty good. Why have I gone out and decided to buy new ones? Well, similar kind of things happening now. After about 45 minutes or so, I start getting some knee pain. Given that these shoes have done 800 kilometers, that could be the reason why we're getting issues. The general advice is to change the shoes every 500 kilometers, give or take. And yeah, these have done 800 kilometers or so, so they're probably ready for a bit of a switch up. Okay, 3 kilometers done. Felt fine, honestly. Maybe these new shoes were a waste of time, but we'll find out in a sec. Before we do that, I'm going to explain how a running shoe breaks down over time, and I'm going to do that in under 30 seconds. Start the clock. Firstly, the sole is made of foam. The foam compacts over time. That means it will absorb less of the energy from each stride, and that energy is then transferred into your body. Secondly, the foam itself will compact more in high impact areas such as around the heel. This then means that the sole is not able to support your foot in the way that it's been designed to. And thirdly, the upper itself stretches. This means that your foot is not going to be as locked in place as it should be, and this can cause rubbing injuries such as blisters. Stop the clock. Was that 30 seconds? I hope so. Okay, science lesson over, and we're back out with the new shoes now. Aside from them smelling much better, there are some differences that I hadn't entirely expected, if I'm being honest. First one is that the support around the arch is way better. Like, the support from the insole itself is way better. So I guess in my older shoes, this is just like totally collapsed over time. They also feel weirdly like they're lighter. Logically, that doesn't make any sense. Like, they're the exact same model of shoe. So I don't really know how that can be, but they feel lighter. In terms of absorbing the impacts, they do feel somewhat sort of springier, I would say. They kind of feel like less squishy, which sounds like it would be a bad thing, but I guess that it's because the foam still has its kind of structure. But because of that, they're more like springs than a kind of wet cushion. Got a few more kilometers to do, and then we'll slide back to the flat for final thoughts. So do you really need to replace your shoes as often as they say? I think the answer is it depends. If you're doing a lot of miles, or if you're having issues with sore joints or blisters, it probably is worth having a look at the shoes, especially if your old pair are getting on a bit. For me personally, these new shoes have helped my knee a lot, so I think it was a good decision to replace my old pair. How often do you replace your running shoes? Have I missed anything in this video? Feel free to leave a comment down below, and while you're down there, you might as well hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.